Hello, math family. Let's solve some inequalities. Okay, I'm going to start with the basics. Say we have an x plus 7, and it is less than 4. What we want to do is to get this x by itself. So how do I get rid of a plus 7? I want to minus 7. And what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. It's the fairness rule, like we've said before, with our equations. So a plus and minus 7 will cancel out, and x is by itself. Keep our less than, and then 4 minus 7 is negative 3. And then if you want to graph this on a graph, looks like this. Got a little line, number line, and let's say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 is right here. Now, if x is less than negative 3, that will not include negative 3, so we leave it as an open dot. But it includes everything smaller, so an arrow would go this direction. X is less than or equal to negative 3 to the left. All right, let's give another example. X is not the only letter that we use. We can use any letter. For example, G. If I take G minus 10, my answer can be anything greater than or equal to 1. Oh, wait, I have to solve for this. Got to go find out what G is. So how do I get rid of a minus 10? I'm going to add 10. Fairness rule. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. So my plus and minus 10 will cancel, and G is greater than or equal to 1 plus 10, 11. All right, on a number line, that would look similar to this. I'll draw some lines. I'll call, this one 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on. So my G is bigger than or equal to 11. So to indicate that it could be equal to 11, I put a solid dot. And to indicate that G is bigger, I'm going to draw an arrow to the right where the numbers are bigger. So this answer will include 11 or anything larger. This answer up top here does not include negative 3, but it includes anything smaller, like negative 3.1 or negative 4 or negative 100. All right, let's keep going. Let's say I've got, that's addition and subtraction. Let's go to do some multiplication. Scoot this up here. Let's say we have 3 times a number, we'll call it f, and it is less than or equal to negative 15. Okay, what I want to do is the opposite operation. So what's the opposite of taking f times 3? That would be to divide by 3. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. That gives us 1f all by itself. Keep your symbol less than or equal to. And negative 15 divided by 3 would be a negative 5. Now, f can be any number equal to or less than negative 5. Let's think of a number less than negative 5. How about negative 10? I'm going to make f equal to negative 10, and I'm going to plug that number in to my f up here. So, just to check it, 3 times negative 10 should be less than or equal to negative 15. What is 3 times negative 10? Negative 30. Is negative 30 less than or equal to negative 15? Actually, on a number line, negative 30 would be over here, negative 20, negative 10, and 0. So it counts backwards. So negative 15 is here, and negative 30 is here. So yes, negative 30 is less than the negative 15. All right, so that was an example of multiplying and how to check to see if your answer is correct. Great, let's try another multiplying, but I want to multiply by a negative number. Say I've got negative 3f is less than or equal to negative 15. A couple of days ago we did multiply divide by a negative flip. in class and we took these notes right here, when to reverse the inequality and when it does not reverse. And it will reverse whenever you multiply or divide by a negative number. So see how there's a -3 right by the F? That means I'm multiplying by a negative. So to get rid of that and get the F by itself, I need to divide both sides by a negative. What you do to one, you do to the other. Now because I'm dividing by a negative, I'm going to flip my symbol to make the statement true. If you need to review those notes, now would be a good time. Okay, negative divided by a negative is a positive. This is a positive F. And negative divided by negative again is a positive. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. So in this situation, F should be greater than or equal to 5. Let's do a dividing. Let's say I've got some number, we'll call it X. We're back to the X. And I take that X and I divide it by 5. My answer has to be greater than 25. So what could X possibly be? Well, how do you get rid of dividing 5? You want to do the opposite operation. The opposite of dividing would be to multiply both sides by 5. Times both sides by 5. Now this 5 divided by 5, or multiply and divide, will cancel each other out, and X is by itself. Do I flip it here? Did I multiply or divide by a negative? No. So I don't flip it. Keep it the same direction. And then what's 25 times 5? 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. Cool. All right, last one. Woohoo! We're going to divide the same question, but instead of positive 5, we're going to divide by a negative 5. Greater than 25. Now see, the negative 5 is over here by the variable. You want to, if it's on the same side as the variable, you're going to want to flip your inequality. Multiply, divide by a negative, flip. It's going to go the other direction. Okay, so how do I get rid of a divide by negative 5? Times it by a negative 5. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. These cancel out, and X is by itself. But now it's less than negative 25 times 5, 125. Okay, I hope this quick tutorial helps you, and good luck. Bye.